Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Upkick MMA, episode 259. I am Brendan. Okay, Gervonta Davis taking on Ryan Garcia. Finally, we get to shut Garcia up, eh? That's a bit aggressive, but really that's kind of what happened here. We're going to break down the fight round by round here. We're going to go round by round, talk about what happened, and talk about the finish that Davis gets in this amazing fight from him. So real quick, before we start getting into it, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. Normally, I don't do boxing. Mostly, I do MMA. But if you're into either one of those, subscribe to the channel so the next video is coming out, and I'd super appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. So at the T-Mobile Arena, last night, we got to see Gervonta Davis taking on the pretty boy Ryan Garcia, and that's what he is, right? He's. It's not that he doesn't have skill. He's very skilled. He's really good. It's just his skill as a boxer doesn't match with the best in the world right now, and that's Gervonta Davis. Tank is that good. He's been calling him out, and Davis is fighting up. He's a much smaller guy, and he's just a lot tighter, a lot more compact, a lot more precise. He's a lot more, what's the word for it? He's a lot more deliberate with his movements. He's a lot more deliberate with his punches. He has a plan, and he goes out and puts it forth. So he does some things like he's not a volume puncher. He's not just throwing stuff out there to wear you down. He's not just throwing things out there to get you guessing and get you moving. He has a plan, and he knows what he's going to. He doesn't leave himself open for a lot of counterattacks. He doesn't leave himself open for much of anything at all. He will often go down a couple rounds early in a fight and then come back. But he only lost here. We start talking about the rounds here. I'll pull up some stats. So, Garcia here was doing really good in this first round, which I would hope he did. I hope he would, because the way Gervonta Davis fights, if you don't win that first round, I don't know how you win any round, to be honest. Garcia with the pressure early. Not a lot of offense from either guy, to be honest, but the jab from Garcia was landing well. Davis landed a couple of his own, but not much. It wasn't a ton to score, but you have to give it to Garcia. He was the one pressuring in. He was the one landing the jabs. And you look here, 3-1, right? Let's see if I can zoom that in for you guys so you can see it. 3-1. 3 of 21 for Garcia, and 1 of 6 for Davis. Power punches, I didn't see any power punches being thrown, honestly, in that first round. But both were over. Garcia was 0 for 2, Davis was 0 for 1. So not a ton separating them, but Garcia was the one pressuring forward, landing the shots, and he was the one who landed more jabs, which is really what it came down to. So I had him up 10-9. 10-9 Garcia going into round 2. Round 2, Garcia is the one trying to land some hooks. Davis is clinching a lot, so this did not look good for Davis. This round with him diving in on the clinch and Garcia landing while they were in the clinch. Davis was holding him, and he got a warning from the referee, and then he drops him with the hard left hand. Garcia stays in too long, doesn't bring his right hand up to defend, and takes a hard left shot right to the face. Garcia right back up, but he's just not as aggressive for the rest of the round, rightfully so. Davis dropped him, so that gets him this round a 10-8. Even look at the volume here. Again, not a lot of volume. Look at this. 0 for 1 for jabs, 0 for 8 for jabs for Garcia. But you look at the power punches, he landed 7 of 22 power punches, did Garcia, but Davis landed 3, and one of those put Garcia down. So that's where you have to go. That's what you got to give him, and he landed the harder shot that round. 19-18 to Davis going into the third. Garcia back to the pressure in the third round. Nice jabs from Garcia. Davis landed a straight left hand that was really nice. Davis kept pawing out there with the lead right, trying to land the straight left after he measured. He didn't really land much after that. Davis with the better power shots in this round. I gave him this round 10-9. There wasn't a lot to score in this round either. So if you look at the total, the jabs 2-2 and power shots, it says Davis only landed 1. I thought he landed another one. Watching it live, I thought he landed at least like 3 of them. Apparently, he did not. Garcia landed 2. So if you gave this to Garcia, I could see it. I just didn't. When watching this live, I felt like Davis landed more powerful, more impactful shots, and I felt like he did more damage in this round. So I had him up 29-27 for Davis going into the 4th round. Garcia was not landing anything significant in the 4th round. Davis was landing that left straight to the body when Garcia moved back. This is when he started to use that, right? He would he would throw out that left straight, but dig it to the body because Garcia was backing up. He's a taller guy, harder to reach, and instead of constantly going up to the head, he was just like, hey, the body's there, I'm going to take it. So he kept hitting him to the body. Made that adjustment. Davis with a hard jab, some more straight lefts to the body. This round goes to Davis as well. Much better round for Davis. This one, it says, 7 of 13 power punches for Davis. Garcia landed 5 for 7. That's not bad. And then the jabs were 2-2. So obviously Davis did more damage in this round. I don't think this is a controversial round at all. I gave that round to Davis 10-9, giving him 39-36 to Davis going into the 5th round here. 5th round, Garcia landed the jab, pressuring hard. He was, staying in his face, trying to make stuff work. Davis was countering with the left hand this time. Davis with the right hook to the body, then the left to the body. Davis landed the damaging shots yet again and avoided the damage coming back to him in this 5th round. He did a much better job. Look at the power punches. 4 of 10 for Davis. Only 1 landed for Garcia. This is one of Davis's best defensive round. Look at that jab. 2 of 18 for Garcia. He missed so much this round. Yes, Davis didn't land any jabs either, but defensively he was very sound, avoided most of the damage coming back to him. After round 5, I had it 49-35 for Davis. Round 6, Garcia landing a hard right, then another one, and another one. Garcia started to pick it back up. Garcia jabbing to the body well. Davis was landing some left straights to the body and then a right hook. They exchanged straights. Garcia with the jab. This was the round they started to get a lot more active with landing on top of just throwing stuff out there. This round I gave round 6 to Garcia. He landed the better damaging shots. I gave it to him 10-9. You look here, he landed. It said Davis landed 10 of the shots. I felt like Garcia landed upstairs more damaging shots. 6 to 10 in favor of Davis, but the jabs from Garcia were really nice as well. 3-0 in favor of him. Yes, the overall striking numbers, were in favor of Davis. I just felt like Garcia did more in this round. I felt like he landed more damage. If you gave this one to Davis, I could see it. I just didn't see that going live. So going into the 7th round here, I had it 58-57. Not a foregone conclusion, right? Garcia could have held in there and made it work, but 'twas not to be. 'Twas not to be. Nice right hand from Garcia off the jab. Then the left hand from Davis and a hard left hook to the body makes Garcia. It wasn't even a left hook. I wrote left hook because that's what it looked like, but it's really just a straight. I'll show you here in a second. He lands that to the body. Garcia takes a knee, and it's all over with. It was pretty incredible watching this stuff. I thought it was an amazing shot. He counters here, right off of here, and boom, right there, and then he goes down. That's it. Yeah, man, it was incredible. It was in there tight. It was weird to see live. They didn't even realize what had happened when they watched it because it was so fast. I'm surprised that he had that much power. But if you look at it from the correct angle, you can see how he dug in there. He dug in there. Here you can see. I think this was from the setup when he was in here and he landed. I don't know if this is from. I don't remember what round that what this picture was taken, but he plants really well. Oh, this couldn't have been it. And then he gets enough pop on that and lands it right to the liver, and Garcia just can't hang in there anymore, man. So what does this mean? It means Gervonta Davis is legit. If you didn't already know, for whatever reason, if you thought he was some joke or something, the guy's good, right? He doesn't have the most entertaining styles for the first couple rounds, but who gives a shit, right? A lot of boxers don't have that. they don't want to put themselves in danger. They don't want to be stupid and just let themselves be hit a ton. He doesn't do that. He's very defensively sound, especially in that one round. I think what was it, round 4 or round 5? Yeah, no, round 5 was probably Davis's best round outside of that knockdown in round 2. Because, I mean, outside that knockdown in round 2, that round could have gone to Garcia. So, you're looking at a fight that was pretty close. Right? Garcia gave away round 3, 4, and 5, but then came back in round 6 and, in my opinion, won round 6. He was doing okay. So Garcia made a good account for himself. I don't think that he's a garbage fighter. I don't think any of that stuff. My opinion of him, based off of what I've seen, is he's a good pro who they have catered fights for in order to build up his name. This is not uncommon. It's not. This is pretty normal in boxing to give them a decent, 15-0 record before they start giving them some real names and real challenges. What they do is they build up the undefeated name, the undefeated fighter, and they build up this boxing icon, and then that's when the money fights happen, right? When now you're able to make these super fights, fight against other undefeated fighters, Davis is undefeated. So the level of competition that they've had is not even close. Davis has fought legit champions, multi-weight champions in his history. Garcia has fought a couple, but not really. And then, like I said at the opening of this, Davis is very sound. Okay, he is deliberate with what he does. He has a very high ring IQ. It never feels like he's out of a fight. It never feels like he's just going in there to throw some punches or throw some volume out there to just touch the guy. It looks like everything he's doing, he has a plan for. He can be slightly reactionary at times, but it looks like it's part of his plan, right? He goes in there, he looks at a situation, he downloads information for the first couple rounds. He sees that, like in this case, normally Garcia is looking for that left hook. He's looking to land that left hook it's almost like a check left hook, but it hits so hard and it's fast. And he uses that to counter people when they move in on him. But the thing is, Davis wasn't doing that. He wasn't giving him the option. He wasn't giving him the opportunities. And not only did I think Davis knew that, but it's not his style. Davis isn't this brutish, brawling bulldozer. Wow, alliteration. Good job, Brendan. You freaking idiot. I didn't do that on purpose. But he's not this bulldozer, right? That's not his style. That's not his fighting style. He's more of a tactician. It might not see, you're like, oh, but he just gets knockouts, and it's not like who cares? He's doing things on purpose, looking for openings, trying to find the spot to land his power. He's not going out there winging big hooks. He doesn't throw crazy big hooks, right? This isn't some sloppy heavyweight fight. This isn't some amateurish garbage. It's very planned out and particular. The guy knows what he's doing, and he goes out there and does it. I thought this was an excellent showcase for him. I think, I honestly thought Garcia would have gotten clobbered. I thought a headshot would have put him down. But we've seen Davis drop people with body shots before. It's weird when he does, but it can happen. It's just not Garcia. It's just not Garcia's time. Okay. He's relatively young. He's fast. He's popular. He's got a ton of skill. And to be honest, I think he belongs a couple tiers down from Davis. Like, yes, if you looked at this, you can say, oh, well, he was making a good account for himself. Like I said, I thought he did well in this fight, but it never felt like Garcia was in control or in charge. That first round, which, again, against Davis, that first round, even in the second round, when Garcia was putting it on him, and then Davis was like, hey, hold my beer. He's like, hold on, young buck. Let me show you how to do this real quick. Hey, step the fuck back. He put that left hand on him, and then Garcia kind of slowed down, and you can see it in round 3, 4, and 5 where Garcia was kind of pawing at him a little bit more conservative with his approach. Then in round 6, he picked it back up. In round 7, he felt comfortable, he felt confident, and he was staying in there again, and he got punished again, right? So it's not that Garcia couldn't win a fight like this in the future. It's just from what we've seen from him, he's not ready yet, right? He's still got holes in his game. He's a good boxer. He's got a lot of skills. And with that kind of skill, let's see if it ages well. Let's see if his ring IQ goes up, because as of right now, he's just a guy with a ton of talent who's real fast, can hit hard, and has excellent vision. Okay, and that can get you could be a champion. Damn thing, focus. That can get you to be a champion. There's no doubt about it. You can get a belt. I think he has. I don't know. I don't know if it's a real one. I don't pay attention to boxing belts. They don't mean anything. They don't. There's like 30 of them from different organizations. They don't mean anything. Garcia could become a legit champion in the future. Hell, he could do it right now against the right opponents. But against someone like Davis, you got to come with a better game plan than overwhelm him with volume and stay in the pocket with him. It's not going to work, right? This is armchair quarterbacking kind of stuff. But when you go in there, if you can stick and move, and you can put the volume on them and avoid, and you can enter and exit really quick, I think there's a way to beat Davis like that. It's a matter of keeping that pace. If you've got the cardio to keep that pace for 10 rounds, then absolutely you could do it. But the problem with that is, even if you do all those things, you could run into a situation where he catches you, and now it's a 10-8 round, and all that work you put in, now you're down. Or, he puts you on your ass, and then you don't get back up. So fighting Davis is a tough task. I thought Garcia looked better than I thought than I was expecting him to. I was expecting him to go out there and get washed. But, we saw what happened when he opened up, because that's what happened in round 3, 4, and 5. He didn't feel confident in himself. He was more conservative, and Davis was able to work his game. And then round 1 was fine, but let's say round 2 and 6, and then 6 into 7. So round 2, where he opened up and he got punished for it. That's a 10-8 round, got knocked down. And then round 6, where he gets his confidence back, he starts picking it up, just like in round 1. So from round 1 to round 2 is just like what happened in round 6 to round 7. Okay, feels confident, starts landing in round 1, feels like he can control the situation. Round 2, he opens up more, starts throwing hooks, staying in the pocket a little bit longer, leaving his guard down probably like too long, and then gets caught. Round 6, same thing, feeling confident, putting on the pressure, landing some harder shots, feeling better about it, staying in the pocket too long. Now he kept his guard up, but he stayed in the pocket too long, and Davis found the opening, and it was to the liver. So excellent fight. If you did not watch this, I do think it's worth watching. And if you came here and you're like an MMA fan just trying to catch up on this weekend's events, I appreciate it. I would check it out, right? I would go check this boxing match out. It's one of those ones where you can kind of get a feel for a little bit more of a chess match if you're into that sort of thing. This was not a brawl. This is not two guys slugging it out, getting knocked down, sloppy, and like bleeding and swelling up. That's not what this was. This was a technical battle that Davis capitalized on and won. So appreciate y'all for stopping by. It means a lot to me. Real quick before we go, if you made it this far, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Like I said, most of the time I just cover MMA. If you are here and you are an MMA fan, you're looking for this weekend's events, I've got a ton of them up already. So 4 videos before this one. So I did the Bellator 294. That's up. I've got the UFC event from this weekend with Curtis Blades and Pavlovich. And then now I got this. And then my next couple videos are going to be Bellator 295. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. It means a lot to me. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I love y'all.